Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we're talking with David Rooks of Rooks Advertising Agency.
Correct.
And David, could you tell us about your company? And could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'll tell you about the company first. The company is a fully integrated advertising agency. And what that means is our goal is to make sure that when we move into a client or move in with a client in their office, that we are able to provide everything they need to advertise and market themselves.
What industries do you like to focus on? What industries do you think you're strong at?
We do a lot of work with the service industries, air conditioning, plumbing, that type of industry. We also do work with country clubs. We do work with not-for-profits, do some work for Easter Seals. We do work for Cancer Support Community, All Face Food Bank.
How did you get into this business? Did you start it?
No. Well, I started the business, yes. I started the business in 2007. So if you were to pick a time not to start an ad agency, timed it perfectly. But
good timing.
Yeah. But we managed to survive and actually grow and now beginning to thrive past that, which is, I think it's a real testament to the company, to its core values, and more importantly to the people that work here.
No, I just walked in your offices here for the first time, actually a couple of weeks ago, and then today, and the offices are modern, and everything's really stylish, and you seem to be kind of a stylish modern guy. What did you do prior to opening the agency?
My prior life was automotive sales. I started at 19 years old selling cars, and for 22 years was in the automotive industry. And my last stint, I was a general manager and operating partner in one of the large dealer groups in the area, and decided I just wanted to move out on my own. Didn't want to be a part of somebody else's business anymore. Wanted to open up my own business, and I really enjoyed the marketing aspects of that particular business. I enjoy business more than anything else, but I have to say, if you're going to be in business, being in the advertising business is awesome because you get to hang out with some really cool people.
So if let's say I'm a plumber, or let's say I'm an electrician or a service business, what can you do for me? If I walk in and I say, how can you help me grow my business, what would you say?
Well, normally what we'll do is we'll sit down and we'll interview the client. And when we interview the client, that is going to, I need to know what your budgets are. I need to know who you're currently reaching. I'm going to take a step backwards with this. I think a lot of ad agencies, you'll hear a lot of talk about, for example, branding. I'm sure you've heard that branding before. Everybody wants to be branded. And you've heard it? Yes? No?
Yes.
Maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that most people don't understand about branding. They come to an ad agency and ask an ad agency to brand them, and they perceive that this logo or something to that effect is what's going to create their brand. The truth is, marketing and advertising is a very small part of branding. As a matter of fact, it's the smallest part. A true brand is actually built upon its people, its product, and its processes. If you look at all the great brands in the world, it's not a great brand because of its logo. It's a great brand because of how it represents itself in the market, not from an advertising standpoint, but from a way it serves, which is the processes, the people that are involved in the organization, and then, of course, the product itself. After that, you stamp a brand on it, and that just becomes the icon for the entire brand underneath.
Visible, identifiable.
Exactly. Yeah, and if you look at like a cattle, you brand a cattle, right? It's not that brand on the cattle is not what people are buying. They're buying the cow.
So you went from
so we start off. My purpose is to help people's businesses grow. My portion of the 4 Ps, which is people, product, process. My portion of that is promotion, to make sure people are aware that you're there. And then I need to make sure that once the people get there, that as a business you try and retain that group. Otherwise, all I'm doing is for you is trying to swap out the people that you've upset. But what we'll do is we'll come up, and if you want to hear specifically what we do, I might sit down with your company and decide, well, let's take a look and see how print is doing. Have you done any print? Has it been successful? Let me see your ads. What are the deals that you're running? I might take a look and see if you've done billboards. I will take a look, see if you've done TV, radio. How is your website positioned when people search for your industry?
Sure.
And we cover everything from print, direct mail, billboards, TV, radio, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, and fully automated, actually database-driven websites. So we can actually build a website with complete database architecture behind it. So we really try and offer that complete solution to the point where the way I phrase it is we show up with a toolbox. Our toolbox has all the tools necessary to do the job. It doesn't mean that I have to use every tool to get the job done for you, but I need to make sure that I have every tool in the box to make sure that whatever I run across in your business from a promotion aspect, that we're able to deliver and help you define your results. Now from there, we track everything that we can track. It's not just about creating pretty ads, it's about creating ads that get response. So we put tracking numbers in all of our ads. We make sure that Google Analytics are in place. We make sure that we watch the pay-per-click. Anything that can be tracked, we track. One of the most recent successes that we had, we usually look at like a 90-day window, just see what's working, what's not working, we pull out. And then we enhance what is working and move along. But we just recently looked at somebody's budget over the last 2 years, and we realized that we managed to decrease their budget by 20% and increase their leads by 10%, simply by making sure that everything we do is performance-based and that we can get some type of data back to determine whether or not it's working.
How did you learn where to do this?
I actually learned it in the auto industry. And from having to track, sometimes the spend in an auto industry, we were spending at any given point in time, $3 million to $4 million a year in marketing. When you're spending that type of money to not know what's working, that's a real sin.
So you learn everything seriously, hands-on, empirically through
absolutely,
through life's
absolutely
trials and tribulations. What's your favorite success story? Without maybe not mentioning a person's name, but just somebody walked in and said, "Here's the scenario."
Oh goodness. My favorite, actually, I probably would say that recent discovery of just being able to reduce somebody's budget by 20% in this economy and increase their leads by 10%. That would be a real solid success, because it's not, I created something pretty, something good for my portfolio, and that's what you see in a lot of agencies. Yeah. You'll see people that are creating stuff that they go, look how neat this is. It doesn't matter, did it produce? And for me, if I know that I produced for the client, then I know I've done my job.
How is this new world of e-commerce, e-marketing, e-advertising, how has that changed the industry, even in a few short years since 2007?
Oh, it is changing at such a rapid pace. It truly is mind-boggling. You are constantly trying to stay on the leading edge of stuff. The interesting thing is, a lot of people try and get on the leading edge, and the leading edge is not where you want to be. You would say, why would you want to be on the leading edge? Because the leading edge is not where the people are. That's, by its definition, is the leading edge. That there are only a few there. You want to still be where the masses are. So you want to be slightly actually behind the leading edge. Now you need to know what the leading edge is to know what slightly behind the leading edge is. Does that make sense?
Oh, well, sometimes the pioneers get the arrows. So
excellent point.
Something like that.
Well, I guess I'll give you a good example. A good example is this. Leading edge right now is social media. And I wouldn't necessarily call that ultra leading edge, but in the world of marketing, what you see right now, and here's one of the great things that we do for our clients, is anybody who calls you that has anything to do with marketing, wants to have you run in their newspaper, their yellow pages, on the web, do SEO, PPC, just have them call me. The reason is because we do it all. So you're not having to sift, because there really are 3 good ideas out there. The problem is it's amongst 100 people, so which 3 are the good ones? And we know that because we have experience and watch the performance of these different items. But back to social media. Social media is something that I hear all the time. Oh, I gotta be on Facebook. And you're like, well, yeah, you do have to be on Facebook, but that's not what's going to change your world. So for example, if you're that electrician or that air conditioning guy, I don't go to my Facebook to find the next one.
On my Facebook.
Yeah,
I know I have a page, but I've never been.
And candidly, I might like your air conditioning company, and if you put a deal out every once in a while, maybe I'll do something. But if you are constantly bombarding me with stuff, you're taking the fun out of my social media. It's for example, I can't take you to a party and then all you do is talk about business. Because if I take you to a party and all you do is talk about business, guess what? You're going to be standing over in the corner by yourself. And that's what happens a lot with people when it comes to social media. They just don't know how to use it. It's an important thing. It's something you need to be involved in, but it is really not where the core business is. Sometimes newspaper stuff. There are things that we do. I have to say, from a tracking standpoint, understand that I have a pretty good grasp of what makes people do what they do. That doesn't mean I'm right all the time, but I need to know when I'm not right, and that's why we do tracking. For example, in the service industry, for some particular clients, we've actually found yellow pages still work. I am not a fan of Yellow Pages, but it doesn't matter whether I'm a fan. It matters whether or not, as a cost per call, is it a viable option for our clients.
How did you decide? Why did you decide to start your company here in Sarasota?
I live here.
This is your home.
This is my home. Well, it's been my home since 1999.
And your clients range from, let's say, Tampa, Venice, throughout.
Tampa, Venice. We have some in North Florida. We've done some work for some folks in Pennsylvania and
I
Mississippi.
also noticed you do commercials.
Mm-hmm.
You
mean me personally?
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Is your company, do you go out on these things? Do you see them shoot the commercials?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
So your people write them and then...
Oh, yeah, we write the scripts and then we get out and we put the film crew together and we go out and get the things.
If you ever need free talent, I can be in the background going, I love burgers. I'll do something. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
I like to spend time with my family more than anything
Family,
else.
I noticed because you got your picture back there with your...
Yeah, just if I'm not here, well, actually, it's more than that. I enjoy spending time with my family. That's my number one thing. I just want to be with my kids. I want to be with my wife. I just want to hang out with my family.
Sure.
And whatever we do is fine with me. It doesn't matter. We go movies, go bowling, hang out at the house, watch TV. I don't care. I like being with my family. I'm also pretty involved with my church. So I'm on the worship team at our church, and I also have a reasonably large part in a homeless ministry.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What is that? Can you tell us a little bit about that? What is that?
Really, it is a group of people from our church and from some other churches, and anybody's welcome to participate because it's really not about. It is about the love of God being out there amongst people. And right now, probably the number one thing we do is Thursday nights down at 10th Street Boat Ramp. We show up and do a homeless feeding there. And
That's
it's
great.
literally, we just take down a bunch of folding tables and we open up the tables and we get the pasta and we get the bread and we get the drinks, and we just set up and we feed and try and love on people the best we can. And
So your heart's into helping people, which kind of reflects in your business.
I guess that's true.
That could
I guess
be
that's
true.
true.
People want to get a hold of you. How do they get a hold of you?
They can visit our website, which is www.rooksads.com.
And
Sometimes people say ADZ. I don't know, wow.
What about your phone number? What's
and
your
the
phone
phone number is area code 941-747-2021.
Fabulous. It was a pleasure seeing you.
I really
It was nice
enjoyed it.
meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.